Where the fuck is McClay?
Seattle.
Oh my god.
Seattle. Play music. Seattle.
The Bogcast, episode 94, Bog and Mac. All right, action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast. I'm your host, Keith Obit, joined with my co-host, Brian McClay. We are brought to you by Bang Salon. Come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and stylings, all under one roof at Bang Salon. Find and message Bang Salon on Instagram at Bang Salon, at BANGDSALON. Use promo code
Bogcast
for 20% off your first visit. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, I'll fucking kill you. Cool.
Check us out on Spotify, on iTunes, on all your favorite podcatchers. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/thebogcast. Help us out, make the show better. If you guys want to just support us in any way, go check out the Bogcast Patreon site and get some goodies. Also, check out Mellow by Design. Mellow by Design, CBD, Nature's Miracle, man. I'm telling you guys, we've talked about how amazing this plant is in our lives. But if you guys don't want to deal with the THC and you're a little worried and you want to try out the CBD market, check out mellowbydesign.com. All natural, super organic. Everything is super clean. Check them out, mellowbydesign.com. Got some cool stuff in the works with them. So, yeah.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Fucking been a crazy... When we shot last Sunday, right?
Yeah.
With
Yep.
Oompa?
Yep.
It's been a crazy last 2 weeks, really. We did the crazy shoot at Jesse James Comics.
That was fun as hell.
So we had a picture wrap at that location. So shout out to Jesse James for fucking being so generous.
Oh, yeah.
Letting take over a portion of the store. We turned a comic book store into a 1990s VHS rental store. And we shot there for three nights in a row. And then we shot a quick scene there yesterday. And yeah, fucking... I can't be more fucking thankful for that. That was such a huge just chunk of the film that we were kind of stressed about figuring out how we were going to film. I mean, it's hard to film period pieces and then try to, recreate that.
Yeah,
especially on a low budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you don't have a big studio.
Yeah, so like even just the 90s is hard. If you went back say to the 30s and 40s,
You're
that's
fucked.
not you're not if you don't have a budget, you're not doing that,
Mm-mm.
But even going back 90s and bringing back pagers and the wallet chains and all that shit, and it was fun.
It's kind of fun on the outside to see you guys do that. Like it's also kind of fun to be like when you call, they're like, man, do you have any ideas on where to go do this or where to go? It's kind of fun.
Being like location scouting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And figuring that stuff out. Like how are you going to get around this? And that's why I got to give people who are in the movies that make the movies work. Like the way that they do that is amazing. It's like being a detective almost.
Totally. I just saw an interview with Ewan McGregor. I didn't realize that he made his directorial debut a couple years ago, and I haven't watched the film yet, but and he wasn't like, I didn't want to do it just because I want to say I directed something. He's like, I have fun. He's like, I got to go out in New York City and be like, oh, this would be a cool place to just exactly what you're talking about, location scout. He's like, oh, we could do this and shoot this here. He's like, the whole process is fun to me. And I was like, he's saying exactly like how I feel, like I don't even know if I like it. I mean, I enjoy acting, but I enjoy the entire fucking process of it. And now that I've been more involved with late fees as far as scheduling and even that's like an art in itself as far as like trying to figure out actor availabilities, like when, what scenes are what, who's available, and like when, the best way to do it. Does that make sense?
No, that totally makes sense.
and there's so many different jobs behind the scenes just to make a fucking goddamn TV show and movie to work. It's insane, dude.
Yeah, and you meet a lot of really cool, like-minded individuals. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in I'm not saying movie making is a hobby, but when you're in something like that where everybody, you know, and majority of the people enjoy doing it, you're around like-minded individuals. You know?
And that's where I feel like I'm at my happiest, because
you
I
flourish.
constantly think about fucking film shit and just all that stuff. And then when I'm around other people and they're talking about different things that they saw that, you know, that I don't know about, or that they can turn me on to, or I can turn them on to something, and we could share our, you know, our film experiences and stuff like I've never had more fun, man.
And you know what I also had fun with? I had fun watching you guys do your work, like watching Patrick. Shout out to Patrick.
Fuck yeah. I'm so happy he's in the film.
I know,
dude.
he did such a good job, and it was fun to watch you guys work and figure everything out. And Becky's gonna be a star.
Fuck yeah.
Becky she will make it.
Fuck yeah.
In that world.
Fuck yeah.
And Revis is a professional, man.
Fuck yeah.
Like, that's one thing I can say about Revis, is that he's a professional and he gets his shit done. And it was fun just hanging out. We all know Jaybird's a professional. It was fun watching Andrew do his shit. It was fun watching Chad. It was just watching that whole thing happen.
Yeah. That was cool that you were just even there to film the BTS, because usually we don't get a lot of that footage to see, like, later on, you know, like
well, it was funny because the first time I was like, yeah, I'll go down there and film some BTS, and I'm like, nah, I just want to go fucking bullshit with Jesse and look through comics. But I did that for a little bit, and then I was like, oh, all right, fuck it, I'll just start filming shit. But like, it was fun to just be in a comic shop after hours, you know what I mean? For me.
That was like odd.
Well, I didn't buy any comics, but I did buy a bunch of magazines and stuff, just because I was like, oh man, I want to read this shit, you know, like all this cool shit like that, you know, you find in comic book stores.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. Yeah, that fucking, it's one of the best, coolest comic shops I've ever been in. I mean, it's fucking gigantic. It's got a shit ton of arcade machines. Obviously they're closed now because of all the COVID bullshit, but again, shout out to Jesse James. You can fucking find him on Instagram, Facebook. He does the comic book shopping network, where you could still buy and purchase comics even though they are shut down. So he's a very forward-thinking innovator as far even in the comic book world. So
yeah, he's a when it talks about innovators, when you talk about innovators in the comic book world, Jesse James is like, the stuff that he's doing right now is way ahead of the curve. And it's funny because I was talking to him and I was like, man, it sucks not being open. He goes, it does suck not being open. He goes, but any comic shop out there that isn't, you know, he's up there every night, every day, constantly doing shows on the internet, selling books.
The entire time we were shooting, he was fucking hustling, dude.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And you got to respect that.
Oh, for sure. It's inspiring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's inspiring.
But yeah, also, it was an honor to fucking work with Patrick Valancourt. Not only is he a great actor, but that was also a stressful piece of late fees that we were trying to figure out as far as the casting of that character. And the reason why it's so cool, I mean, obviously, you know, just working with Patrick, is he was the motherfucker that got me into all this bullshit. So, I was obviously, you know this, I was obsessed with film and shit before I even knew about this world, you know, just the making of it. And when I got this shitty office job, I was working with him and I found out he was an actor. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing in the world, and I begged him to bring me on set. And yeah, he was the guy that fucking brought me onto my first set, and I was like, holy shit, people fucking make movies here in Phoenix. And I made friends with Freddie Germany. I've told this story millions of times, but to come full circle and then work, you know, and act with him, it was just fucking, it was cool.
That's what it's all about too, you know.
And it's cool too because we were, you know, linking up before. It's cool to see someone try to find a character. And I remember, you know, we had like long conversations about the character and the wardrobe and all this bullshit. And I remember him always telling me, like, I'm not gonna actually I'll know it, but I won't find it until I'm there, you know. And he did, and it took, you know, we had to rehearse it, and you find the scene, you know what I mean? And once he got the fucking character and shit, I was like, this is fucking so good, you know? I love it. It's when you're acting against, or not against, but with someone that just fucking kills it, it's just...
And you can tell he has fun doing it.
Yeah, he's having fun and shit, so anyway. But...
cool stuff.
And then on top of that, fucking, we decided the day after the shoot, me and Jordan have been talking for a long time. Like, we got to get fucking Fabius' sister, you know. We always look at Fabius like, hey, Fabius, you want a sister? You want a sister? And you were always saying, like, if you're going to do it now. Well, you know, he's still young and shit. And so you can't really start looking up puppies unless you're going to fucking commit to the buy. Because once you start looking at them, yeah. So we were already looking at them for like 3 or 4 days. And Jordan's like, how about this one? I'm like, oh, God. Like, I wanted to, but, you know how puppies are. It's a lot of fucking work.
It's a lot of work.
But we decided, fuck it, and we couldn't help ourselves. We actually saw a really cute gray female, and when we went to go check it out, Jordan just was like, this one, and just grabbed this like just really cute female. And actually, I'll just go fucking grab her.
Yeah, go grab her. Let's show the audience the new puppy. It was funny because Keith was telling me, he was like, yeah, we're really thinking about getting a dog, and I don't know if it's the right another puppy, and I don't know if it's the right time. And I said to him, I go, well, let me give you a piece of advice. My advice to you would be, do it now, because you have another dog who is 3 years old or less. Oh, here she comes. Who's 3 years old or less, and at least they will be able to play off the bat, and he won't be as possessive as if you had him for another 3 years. And I'm glad they decided to do it.
Yeah, she's a little sweetheart, a little shit factory at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna pass out right in your arms.
Well, yeah, she was just napping. She probably has to take a piss right now. But yeah, Jordan and fucking, getting up every 2 hours at night, fucking doing that whole fucking deal. But
she's so small, dude. She's like, I never think a husky could be that small.
I know.
Especially whenever you see Fabius.
I know. Well, Fabius is like the shack of huskies. Yeah. He's like 85 pounds. She's probably about maybe 5 or 6 pounds now.
And she looks like Pennywise. I think it's so cool.
The forehead.
I think it's so cool. I mean, that'll change.
Yeah. She'll probably grow into it.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, I realize, is this fluffy hair, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, she's a cutie, man. But yeah, Fabius is I actually filmed the introduction because I was worried about how Fabius was gonna take the whole situation and if he was gonna be jealous. He seemed kind of, well, at first, he was obviously really excited, but over time he was kind of like looking at like, all right, when's this thing leaving?
Yeah.
Kind of getting annoyed. But I kind of felt bad for him because Jordan's always holding her. You know what I mean? And so he kind of gets jealous, but he actually is getting extra attention now because he's not getting any less attention before. He's getting all the same walks, all the same amount of attention, but we feel so bad because he is jealous of her just slightly that we're giving him all this extra attention now. So
that's okay. It's always good to give your dogs extra attention.
He plays so well with her though, dude. It's ridiculous.
Dogs know once they have to feel another dog out, but I think pretty soon they know what they can and can't do with another animal.
Yeah.
She's going to pass out. Oh, she even got those like raccoon things underneath her eyes that.
Well, those to me are like the dickhead husky looks.
Yeah.
Like they just look like she's going to be a little fucking little biatch.
Yeah.
But then so the markings actually right here. If you see that, it's like the receding hairline. Mm-hmm. That's considered piebald.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's like Vader had that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fabius is actually opposite. Fabius, come here, buddy. Want to see your sister?
Yeah, Fabius has the part that goes down.
He looks a little big compared to her. Good boy, Fabius. Good boy. So yeah, it's been a crazy last couple weeks. And then on top of that, how fucking depressing. It was the Joey Diaz podcast with Lee. Did you listen to it?
You
texted me and I hadn't listened to that one yet, but I had known they were talking about it. So I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're not canceling it. As a matter of fact, he didn't really even say they were canceling. He kind of said they were taking a break till January. I guess he's moving to Jersey and then Lee's going to Milwaukee and shit, but shit just seems so different, dude.
I don't understand why.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I really don't. I would love to find out why they didn't decide to all move to Texas together. Like they
did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I know.
He said Rogan gave him an offer he could not refuse, and he said he couldn't do it. He had to go. He just he wanted to go back to where he came from, where Jersey and shit.
I know, that's what pisses me off though. Like, could you imagine? Like,
I want to know what the offer is.
I know. I know.
Did you see the picture of Rogan's new studio?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. It's going to be like a fucking spaceship, dude.
I know. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it just... The Joe Rogan Experience is such a, like, staple podcast.
It's a part of your life.
Yeah, and things are changing so different, so rapidly, as far as him going to Spotify.
And bailing.
I don't know if it's going to be
leaving.
good. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad.
I know all those comedians are leaving LA, so you know, it's gonna be weird. And I get it. We're always in a state of moving. You know what I mean? We're always in a state of motion. We can never go back to how it was because we're always in a state of motion. But the shit is so different. And on top of it, there's some shit that's going on that is crazy in the world right now, like with cancel culture becoming part of every single facet of your life. There's cancel culture in WoW, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? People are outing people in fucking comic book groups and shit, and like, it's so cheesy to me, you know what I mean? And the stuff that is going on is, when David Wimberly said we live in crazy times, I didn't think it'd get any crazier.
Well, wait till the election, dude. It's gonna get even nuttier. You know, depending on who wins and then the other party, how they react and all that bullshit.
It's scary, bro. It's a little scary because I live with my brother who's always like, fucking China's going to invade. We're going into a civil war. I got to give him credit, though.
He always has you on edge.
Yeah, I got to give him credit, though. I think he's got off Facebook and all this stuff. So, because he's like, I just can't
maybe
deal
you
with
need
it.
that. So, like, you know, he pushes you to have a bunker, and then when it does happen, you're like, dude, thanks, actually. Fuck, if I had money, I'd have a bunker, dude.
I think everybody would, but that's what you need is money. You know what I mean? It's like Joe Rogan's building the ultimate bunker, I bet. You know what I mean? I hope that shit's underground.
his podcast would be sick. So even if, like, fucking it gets nuked, his studio's still good. He still have guests. That's not a bad idea. No, it's just sad because, like, just knowing that the Joey Diaz podcast isn't there. And I'm not going to lie, I don't listen to every single one. I listen to probably 75% of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I at least always have it on in the background while I'm doing chores or something. And he's the only podcast that I listen to the ads.
Yeah.
Because right when he starts, welcome to the podcast, Bill, motherfucker. You know, it's like... And he's talking about MeUndies and your grandma's sweaty asshole. And
if there's any,
it's just
if
so funny.
There's certain.
He fucking makes my day more than anybody, bro.
Yeah,
Joey Diaz.
And they feel like family.
Totally.
They feel like they're part of your family because you always have them on. The people they like, you like. You know what I mean? You're in that same mindset. I don't know, man. I am kind of bummed that we've lost the golden days. You know what I mean? The golden days. That's
a great way to put it. Is there, you know, the Rogan, and there's fucking Diaz, just all those podcasts. There's just these like 3-4 years of just golden years of just fucking killer podcasting.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
And I'm not saying it's not gonna be killer podcasting. I'm just unsure of change sometimes. So I don't know if the Spotify thing's gonna be.
We'll see.
Good or not, but
we'll see. Did you see the shit? I mean, just talking about like in the YouTube world and stuff. Did you see that shit that happened with that Dr. Disrespect dude?
Is that the guy that wears the mustache?
Yeah. So he got
got
banned from Twitch, and nobody knows why. Okay, this happened like 2 months ago. He's the largest streamer in the world, right? And
still no one knows.
2-time largest streamer in the world.
Is Ninja?
Well, he's the biggest streamer on Twitch and making the most money, and all of a sudden out of nowhere they banned him. They wouldn't say why. He has no idea. He still says he has no idea why, and he's just been quiet, right? And he put out a tweet or something saying, you know, that he's going to YouTube, and he said might be today. So he put up an image of a gas station and just had these weird radio clips in the background. And it had 300,000 live viewers steadily the whole time. And he, you know, I guess on YouTube now you have those membership accounts that you can have. He was selling $4.99 memberships to count every second.
Damn. That's his power of the cloud he has.
Yeah, and he's fucking.
What games is like?
He just plays. He's a
Is
character.
he good?
No, he's a
So
character.
it's the character because
people love watching
how I
him.
discovered him because I don't know honestly much about Twitch except for when Zach talks about it and Zach and his wife. But remember when didn't he get like a gun pulled on him or someone like
Yes. No.
or he had gunshots were going off on the back. He was doing a live thing and something crazy happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's this guy?
Did he get swatted maybe?
Or something like that.
Anyways, he's super big. My brother's buddies, one of my brothers, Mikey. Mikey
yeah.
told me about him.
Oh yeah.
So anyways, the dude is just fucking, he's showing like TV is gone as we know it. It's all about YouTube. And
Well,
not
just
YouTube,
but just
streaming.
Just
it's
doing
all
your
about
own content,
Yes.
doing your own. You don't need Twitch.
Yeah, the people that are getting 300,000 live viewers for just an image of a gas station, and I don't remember how long it was on there live for, but every second he was getting $4.99. Ding, 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 and he's basically telling Twitch, "Go fuck yourself."
We get $3 a month from our Patreon.
Fuck yeah, dude. By the way, bogcast.com, patreon.com/thebogcast.
$36 a year, you could help us out.
Yeah, for $36 a year, you can save that puppy. Wah, wah, wah.
Join our Patreon and save this puppy. You're already saved, huh? I'm gonna
wanna
go
hear
give Jordan to pee really quick.
All right. So there's some all kinds of fuckery afoot, as my buddy Mighty Melvie from the Mighty Melvie YouTube channel says. There's some fuckery afoot in the video game world that I gotta tell Keith about. That's pretty funny.
And wow.
In the WoW world.
Oh,
wow.
God.
So.
Wow. Some fucking more nerdy shit.
So you remember how WoW had like an in-game economy? There was an auction house, and it's like a real world economy. It goes up and down. It has it's like a real world economy. So you
like your gold, right?
Yeah, that's gold.
And then you could buy gold.
You
like
could
online,
buy gold,
in
but
real
it's
life
illegal.
To use it. It's illegal.
It's illegal.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I bought $20 in gold once.
Yeah. So you're gonna
Have
love
you?
this. No, never. But you're gonna
You've
love
never
this. I swear to
bought
God.
$1.
I never needed to, dude. I was a fucking jewel crafter, bro. I could just sell my jewels. So,
I
anyways,
don't have time.
Yeah, you're too busy.
I don't have time to be a jewel crafter.
You're too busy fucking playing Halo.
True.
All right, so it has an in-game economy, so much so that now
It's worth more than the dollar.
it's crazy, bro. Listen to this. This is gonna blow you away. So the best way to make money in WoW isn't just off of the auction house. There's an auction house in this game where certain commodities go up and down because you need certain things to make items. You need herbs, or you need ore, or you need, it's whatever materials to make certain items. So if you're that profession, you could sell those things, and then you could figure something out that,
Or you can
prices,
trade too, right?
yeah, prices go up and down depending on what's going on in the game because the market, certain things, you can, anyways. So the way that somebody figured out a really good way to make money is because there's people out there that might not be in a good guild, that might never see end game content. Guilds will go, hey, we're going to do one run a week where we make money, where we offer somebody, hey, we'll run you through end game content so you can see end game content and get all the special, titles and stuff, but it's going to cost you 250,000 gold. And the person would pay it, and then the guild would take a cut of that and put it in their guild bank to get ready for the next expansion, and then give the rest divvied up about the players. So then as a player, if you were good enough, you could make gold by selling your time once a week to this dungeon run, So most
How
people
long will those
would do
dungeon
that.
runs take?
An hour at the most.
So it's worth it.
It's worth it, yeah. If you want that stuff. Like, I don't know if I would ever pay for it.
I'm not saying worth it, paying for it, worth it for the people doing it to making the
worth
money.
It, yes. And Blizzard was okay with that because it wouldn't.
They're making 250,000 gold an hour.
Yeah. And so Blizzard was okay with it because there was no real money being traded, right? I mean, the only way real money could be traded is through Blizzard by buying the WoW tokens, which then you can use those WoW tokens to pay for your monthly thing, right? So anyways,
which they're fine with.
So they're fine with that. But there was this group that came along. This is genius, right? They were called the Gallywix Organization. And the name Gallywix is the main gold goblin in the game. That's that group. So this group came along and they said, we will find people that want to do those dungeon runs. And they would go to like the biggest guilds in the world and go, we'll put you in contact with the people that will pay the most for a dungeon run. And that way it's easy for you. And we just take a 10% cut. And then so the biggest guilds in the world, like the biggest guild in the world is this guild called Method. All the world first, all this da-da-da. They were using this organization, right, to get gold, fast. They would sell like the very world first mythic dungeon run. Some crazy prince in the Middle East would pay, if he had money, would pay to get this done. So people knew this. So this Gallywix organization was doing that on the side. They were selling it for real world money trading, they call it. And some of the biggest guilds in the world were taking part in it. And it all got outed on fucking live streaming. Blizzard found out about it. They permabanned all these groups. They took out, here's how crazy the in-game economy is on WoW. The amount of guild in that Gallywix organization's guild banks among all the servers they're on was 5-something billion gold. And Blizzard took all their guild banks and everything and just deleted them.
So now there's worth like,
so now there's
out of the
there's 5.2 there's $5.2 billion in gold out of the bank now. So now everything's going up in price.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't that whole system fuck with the currency in the first place as far as the value of things?
Yes.
So did it make things cheaper?
It made things cheaper, yeah.
But
because
now,
there was
because
more
everything's
gold
happening, it's the opposite. I see.
So now that's happening. It's the opposite, right?
So what, are these guilds can't never play again? Or?
No. So half of the people in the organization, even if they had no idea it was going on, half the people in that Gallywix organization got banned. Got banned to where they lost their character. And for some of these people, their character's their life.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so they can create a new character, but they had to start over. And then everybody else, they got hardware banned. So you have to like make a new computer, and if they find out, they'll ban you again.
It's because there's real money involved.
Yes, because you know how much they were making. Some reports are saying
Millions?
that the guy, $30,000 a month. Some dude in Croatia, some dude in the middle of Croatia, was putting all these the main contact.
They still have that shit where you can buy gold.
Oh yeah. But this was a big organization that Blizzard, and you know what this organization did? This organization had balls. Before they got caught, and they fucked up though. Before they got caught, they went to Blizzard and said, "Hey, we want to be open, so you guys don't think we would do anything like that. So we'll give you access to all of our Discord servers and everything, and you can look." And so they let Blizzard look at shit, and Blizzard fucking caught on somehow. You know what I mean? They were trying to be slick. They were trying to be like, "Look, we're not doing anything. You can look." You know what I mean? Because they probably already knew that they were gonna get caught. But how crazy is that, dude?
Is this just like a big news story or something? Or?
It's a big news story in the streaming, like Twitch and everything, because that's one of the main games on Twitch and stuff. And I just got into that shit because whenever I'm fucking around and just doing shit,
because you're
all the
playing again,
podcasts.
aren't you?
I haven't been playing lately because I've been doing all the podcast shit. But at night, when I'm doing the podcast shit, I'll throw up like a YouTube video, and it'll be people talking about the new expansion coming out. So it's on all of those. It's crazy, dude. It's just another streaming thing. Like, how crazy is that,
there something? Man? So it is illegal to make money off of that, or you're just like, when you're making your tune, you check mark something that says you won't do that, or does that make sense?
In order to play the game, Blizzard has rules and regulations, terms of service, right? Yeah. So they say if you can't do that, if you get caught doing that, you'll get banned from the game. Yeah. And that's good. And good for Blizzard. I mean, Blizzard was like, once they found out about it and they had the evidence, they just fucking banhammered them all, dude. They're like, fuck this. You know what I mean? They're like, only Blizzard can make money off of people. You guys can't. Yeah. We can. And you want to hear something else crazy? The next fucking day, a story comes out that a ton of Blizzard employees are on strike because they're not getting paid.
Those probably them. Oh wow, dude. Fuck, that's probably some of the nerdiest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I know, but it's cool.
No, I'm just playing. No, I love nerdy shit though, dude. Fuck.
What do you think about that Mulan shit? Disney not putting Mulan in the theaters, and now it's might fuck up with how Tenet's going to be released and everything.
I didn't know about the Mulan shit.
You didn't? So
I know Tenet's being released internationally though in the theaters.
Yeah, and all the theaters are pissed off because they're like, we're fucking ready. We want people to come to the theaters. We can do this. And they just can't. And so Disney finally said, fuck it. We're going to put it out through Disney Plus, and we're going to charge $30.
Oh, okay.
And all the theaters are pissed like, hey, you guys.
They get fucked.
Yeah, you guys should rock with us.
Is it the
you're fucking us?
The government that's
I don't know. I imagine so.
Won't let people in the theaters?
Yeah, I imagine so. Like, whatever. It's you can't fucking.
I'm torn because Christopher Nolan, I say this a million times, is the one director that I go to the theater to see. But I want to see it so bad, dude. Like, I almost might have to just go with the cam version even. But that sucks. But it's just the state of the world right now.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this fucking movie, dude, for 3 years. And
Almost
it's supposed
longer,
it's
right?
supposed to have been out 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And fuck. And Nolan wants his films shown in the theater because he's all about that theater experience, you know.
The
IMAX, like he fucking shot it in IMAX, you know. So
have you seen any interviews with him or anything?
Not in regards to any of this, no.
I wonder what he thinks. He's probably seething. He's probably super pissed.
Yeah. He's probably just in a shitty situation because he needs to make the money back to Warner Brothers. I'm sure it's a fucking $200 million plus film. You know what I mean? He but also, like I said, he shot it in IMAX, and the only true way to see it in IMAX is to go to a fucking IMAX. You can't get that experience at home, you know?
Yeah.
And if you don't know what that is, it's just a different camera where the screen's actually larger, the format, you know? So I'm not sure how much he shot in IMAX for Tenet, but he started doing it in Batman. Like, he would do like a few action sequences just in IMAX, you know? And then I think fucking what's the other one? The war one?
Inception. Oh,
Dunkirk. I think
Dunkirk.
I think that one was all IMAX.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy, man. I feel bad for the big theaters, but
do you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to shoot with an IMAX camera? Those cameras, bro, are fucking like 100 times bigger than a normal camera. They're so loud that you can't use any of the audio on set. So everyone has to come back and redo their lines in the studio. You have to recreate all the noises on you know, like say the street noises or whatever you're doing. So if you shoot on
pain in the ass,
I know. So what I'm trying to say is, if you do all of that, you're like, I want this fucking scene in an IMAX theater. You know what I mean? I don't want people to stream this out there.
That's crazy. Holy shit, man. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I actually had the honor of working on a set that had one of the 3 IMAX cameras in the world. Is one of the very first things I did. I was an extra on, and I talked to the cameraman, and they were shooting it. It was actually a 3D camera I shot on the very last project that was ever shot in 3D on film, and it had 2 reels of film. So it'd be like one for the left eye and one for the right eye. And we were shooting these crazy scenes outside. It was about a underwater electronic engineering team from high school, and the camera broke because the film expanded. So fucking they were fucking stressing out and shit, and they fucking flew a guy in to fix the IMAX camera. I was bullshitting with him for like 30 minutes. That guy was supposed to be on the set of Dunkirk. He's like, dude, I'm supposed to be in fucking like, I don't know, Poland or where the fuck they shot it right now, but I'm here fixing this. There's only 3 of these in the entire world. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. I actually have a camera next to the guy and the IMAX camera, all fucking like all giddy and shit. But yeah, those cameras are I mean, it's the best, greatest picture format that you can get, but at the same time, they're just so large and such a pain in the ass, so loud. Like when they shot Dark Knight Rises, one of the stunts that the Catwoman was doing, the stunt lady actually crashed into the IMAX camera and broke it. Like,
fuck.
Yeah.
On Tenet?
No, on Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, yeah.
Catwoman. Could you imagine that?
Do you see the story about that 1986, 87 Fleer case of basketball cards?
Is it like a rookie of Michael Jordan?
It's
posted?
the 80s. This is the like holy grail of collecting, right? 86, 87 Fleer basketball is like the first year Fleer came out of basketball. It's got the first professional cards like in a major set of Jordan, Ewing, Dominic Wilkins, like all of them, you know what I mean? Like everybody you can think of. But the Jordan is Barkley, you know, but it's the Jordan that everybody wants, right? In every box you average 3 Jordans. It's a unopened case, which is I think 12 boxes, right? Perfect
So
condition.
36 Jordans?
Right? So at least 36 Jordans. And a PSA 10 Jordan can sell for like, I don't know, like a couple mil, something like
What?
that. Yeah. Yeah. How much do you think that case sold for? One case came up.
Well, I thought you posted it. Wasn't it a couple million or something?
$1.6 million. $1.6 million for a case of basketball cards that they probably spent probably $120 on.
Would someone just fucking found it or what?
Yeah, it was. I don't know where it was, what happened, but it was probably some, you know, like the type of shit that happens is somebody like owned a baseball card shop or owned like a little corner store somewhere that would buy cases, you know, of baseball cards and put it on the thing. They would go out of business and they would just put everything in a storage place or like a little country store. That's
Don't those people not know what those are worth? And
They
you
don't
could
know.
actually get
Yeah.
them for cheap sometimes?
Yeah. I think one guy I watched. This was about 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. A guy walked into the National Card Collectors Show. I think it was in St. Louis at the time or something like that. And he had a box, just one box of 86, 87 Fleer unopened. And he walked in with it. And he went to there's a certain card company called Baseball Card Exchange that's known for unopened wax. And he went to them. They verified it was true, unopened, never been fucked with. And he sold it to them on the spot for I think $20,000 in cash. He goes, this was $8 that I paid $8 for this years ago. He goes, I got 4 more at home.
Yeah, and the guy that bought it for $20,000 is gonna fucking make his money off of that. For
Yeah,
sure,
he'll
right?
sell packs. He can sell packs for 1,000 or more, and there's 36 packs. You know what I mean?
So you're saying there's gonna be 36 Jordans in that case?
There could be that or more. But here's the thing: they could be off-centered. You know what I mean? But
So,
here's
so
the
what do
other
you have
craze.
to get a PS 10 or whatever?
You have to have perfect centering, perfect corners, no print errors, like little print bubbles on the card. You know, it's hard to get a PSA 10. But here's the other thing:
Why is that hard if it's in a case?
that's why it's sold for so much, because it has never been opened. Usually, when you find the cards, they've been opened and kids played with.
Yeah.
So if they're unopened, you have a better chance at every card being a high PSA grade. And there's certain cards in the set that are super hard to get in any grade. Like I think Adrian Dantley is one of them. It's just because it's known for having print errors or off-centered, you know, cards. So, but you have a chance at selling all those. And dude, that's so much money right there. Whoever.
You should like hunt for those.
There's people doing it that have been doing that for years. Crazy shit going on in that world, man. That you would think that people who spend their money on hobbies and shit like card collecting or comic books, that would go down right now. It's skyrocketing. People are paying money for comic books like I've never thought I would ever see. Thousands of dollars for brand new comic books. Right? No, man, fuck no. I'll sell. I'm selling. No, I'm an idiot. I'm the type of idiot that has them to sell, but just doesn't have the fucking time to sell them. You know what I mean? It's crazy what comics are being sold for right now, dude. Every week,
you just have to put them
prices.
up, and it's a pain in the ass. Like,
yeah,
like what do you put them on eBay or something?
Yeah, put them on eBay.
You have to like describe it and all that bullshit and take a picture. And
it's just laziness, I guess.
No, that just sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. It really fucking sucks.
Because like that's the business part of it. That's like comic books are fun, and then when you're doing that, you're like, this isn't fucking fun. You're taking pictures and fucking, you're like, this isn't fun.
Yeah, I just gotta spend like.
But you know what, though, dude? If you
went
balls out with it for 1 month, and then you saw the money coming in, that might be inspiring enough to where you're like, wow, this. isn't actually that bad. You know?
Yeah, actually, I am getting ready to do that in the next couple of weeks. I gotta fucking just go balls to the wall. By the way, check out Collecting Days, DAZE, Collecting Days on eBay.
You know what you said last year that I still want to do is I want to take $100, go to some fucking comic book thing, whatever. You tell me what to get and help me flip it. And didn't you say I could turn 100 into like 1,000 or some shit?
Yeah, dude.
Well, let's show people how to do it.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Like where would we go? To like one of those churches and they have boxes?
No, we'll start off. We'll just look what's. We'll go to. We'll buy moderns. We'll go to
What's
look.
that mean? Like modern comics?
Books that
like
are coming out. New ones that are coming out.
Those are worth stuff?
Fuck yeah, dude. A book just came out last week that is the first appearance of this character called the Robin King. Did you ever hear of the character of the Batman Who Laughs? It's like a mock-up of an evil Batman Joker mashup.
I don't know.
It's so crazy, bro, and it's awesome, dude. And so in that world, there's a new character called the Robin King, and the Batman Who Laughs is basically a mashup of Joker and Batman. It's what if the Batman became the Joker, right? And when in that world, when that happened, he took the three Robins, Tim Drake, Jason, and Damian Wayne, and he basically turned them into zombies and like these little fucking demons, and he would carry them around like dogs on a chain. Well, what ended up happening in the comic book, in that comic book world that we're being told that's coming out, this is the new story, is one of those Robins was like, fuck this, I'm taking over, and killed the other two Robins, and is like,
which one?
I that people don't know yet.
Oh, it's not out?
Yeah, it's not out. So that book where he makes his first appearance came out. There was a ratio variant that's a 1 in 25, and when those come out, that means for every
25 comic books, the cover's different?
Yeah, exactly. So a store has to buy so many
How
just
different?
to get that
completely
one.
Different
completely
artwork?
different artwork, gorgeous
yeah,
cover.
but aren't the comic book shop owners fucking already going through that and talking at them?
No. If you're a good comic book shop, you're giving those at cost to your good customers.
Same price.
Yeah, because you want your customers to buy other books from you. So
There's
give
gotta
those.
be fucking hundreds of other nerds doing the same thing.
There is, but check this out. So that 1 in
fucking...
25, usually they go per ratio. So like 25, if you to pay $25 for that book would be normal going price, right? Before it even came out, how much do you think it was selling for?
What, the book?
Yeah,
like
that 1 in 25.
Price?
How much do you think it was selling for?
Like a normal brand new book?
No, the book I'm talking about.
Oh, I don't know.
$400 to $700.
A brand new book.
That book.
Damn.
Where
No, I know.
So that's what I'm saying. We could have bought that book 2 weeks ago when it first got announced through a diamond rep, which you can go on to like dcbs.com and do that. Pay $10 for it.
How come we're not doing that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I got to be doing.
But
and there's people
honestly,
doing that all the time. That's called comic speculation.
So that sounds cool, but to be honest with you, what seems more fun would be to go to the older collections, because I like when you're going through them and you're like, and then you're like, dude, this is the first dude of this thing, and the blah blah blah, and no one knows about it. I think that's the cool
problem
shit
with that is COVID though, because you can't do that anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
It's so
they
hard.
don't have those, because you were like going to churches and all this.
Yeah, we were going to
things.
like garage sales and little
basements.
comic. Like remember when there used to be card shows? They would do that like at a hotel fucking banquet room or something. Yeah, they used to do cool shit like that. You could go to flea markets or auctions. You can't do that anymore.
Because I just feel like I would also like learn more about.
Fuck yeah, and that's
older
fun
comics
too.
And shit,
when there's nothing better than
because I think that's like
finding,
what you're the best at.
Yeah, treasure.
Because of your knowledge of older comics and not just the storylines, but the artists and the fucking writers.
It's crazy, dude.
And then not just that, but then the quality of the comic. Like, oh, dude, this is off or whatever the fuck you say. the corners and shit and the staples. Dude, this one's missing a staple or whatever. I don't know.
Oh my
like,
god!
There's there's all kinds of things involved.
Fuck
right?
yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. I'm actually getting ready to send a bunch of books to be pressed so I can get them graded. And do you know what I'm talking about when I say pressed? You take
like
it in
iron and shit.
like an iron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
said
take
that
it
to me
in like a
before.
shirt press. You know those
To get the wrinkles out.
Yeah, to get the wrinkles
And
out.
does it make it more valuable?
Yeah, because it takes a book that might be bad condition, and when you take the wrinkles out, and it makes it nicer.
You know who I don't trust? Those motherfuckers that grade them.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they have everything. Like they're like, I'm gonna make this a 10 and just keep it. You know what I mean? They probably have the ultimate collection.
They do.
That they graded.
The people that were part of it did have a fucking badass collection.
Can you see these fuckers' faces online?
Yeah,
They probably all
we've
just look
interviewed
like,
them on the
really?
show. Yeah.
Are they cool?
Yeah, we interviewed the guy who's the head grader for like Silver
sorry.
Age. Yeah, Silver Age. But I agree with you. Like it's we always say like
There's probably like 4 people
like you,
out of like the whole world, right?
Yeah. Well, here's
It's
what
one
we always
company
say.
probably.
In order to get good grades, like you gotta fucking get lucky, and that dude got fucking laid, you know, the night before for long, you know, like
Yeah, but like what if his like what if his
if he
what if his
hates
wife's
life,
not giving it
and
up
he's sitting there
all
going,
fucking pissed.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
goddamn."
he's pissed
Yeah.
off about that.
That's what I mean. So you're just hoping and praying that
You might as well send him a box of fucking chocolates with the fucking or something, right? Send him a little fucking
throw a
doobie.
$50 bill
Yeah.
in there. I wonder if I could do that. Just throw like a 20 in there. Every 5th book, like a 20.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have done that before, but like, does it work? I've never thought of that. I've never asked anybody.
Then he's like, fucking, what is it? Highest a 10. He gives you like a 4. He's like, you can't bribe, motherfucker. He like fucks you. But it should be
He's
like
like
a 10.
20, motherfucker. You need to fucking drop
yeah,
a fucking,
20. What the fuck?
You need to have a fucking benzo in there, man.
No, but seriously, how does that work? Is it just one company or?
There's 2 companies two major ones that do it right now. There's one that most people go to and that most people like. They're called CGC, and then there's a upstart called CBCS. That was people from CGC that broke off and created their own.
Is it just comics or are they cards too?
CBCS is owned by Beckett, so they do card grading. CGC is owned by the company that does coin grading.
I think it would be stressful to send what I would think is a valuable comic book or card to go them
It
to
is,
do
dude.
that and then back. I'd be like,
It is.
So you have to get insurance and shit.
Yeah,
How much does that cost?
it costs a lot
So
because
say I have a card and
it costs a lot.
and I wanted to go send it there and back to get graded. What's the process and how much is
So
that?
it depends on how. So if you have a really good card, like say if you got like
So I
a
got that
Zion-
Jordan.
So say if you got that Jordan, you would fucking if I got a
If
Jordan,
I got that Jordan,
I would drive
wouldn't-
to the
No,
fucking
no
place.
shit,
Yeah,
dude.
There's no fucking way. I'm driving to that
I'm
place.
not putting that in the mail.
Fuck no. But say if I got
or
like a
put it
Zion
in the
Williams,
mail, get insurance, get
say
lost.
like here's what I'm doing. So I got a couple Zion Williamson rookies, right? They're going for like $1,000 in a PSA 10. I'm fucking sending those fuckers off to get graded. How fast do I want them back? Do I want to wait fucking half a year for them, which is how much it normally takes
Are you
because they're so
serious?
goddamn slow? Yeah. Then you're
What the
paying like
fuck are
you're
they
paying
doing?
like $12 a card. If I want to get it back in like a week, it's $75 a card.
Those motherfuckers pay for how fast you get it back.
Yeah. That's same with the grading companies. Like if you pay what's called Fast Pass, you pay an extra $5 per book, you get it back faster.
Can you see anywhere online like the process of them? Is it like these scientists with gloves and they're
That's a
fucking
great
like
question.
and they're like a clean room?
It's a
and they're
great
fucking,
question. No, you don't, and that's why
What?
that's fucked up. They should.
I want to see.
I want to
process
get really
of this.
in depth. Yeah,
They're
Yep.
probably just
they
like,
should have live feed
9.8, and they're like, this guy's from Phoenix. That place sucks. You know, or who knows? Or they like fucking, is it ST? They have fucking bunny suits on.
No, dude, there was a video. Check this out. There was a video, and I forget what company it was, but it was one of the comic grading companies, and they're grading a golden age comic book. I forget which comic book it was, but it's from the 30s. You know what I mean? It's like comic book is worth thousands, and the guy's holding it and just manhandling it like fucking, like he's reading a fucking magazine. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody's flipping out. And
He's
so
on the shitter. He's all grading it. That'd be a funny skit. Like you don't see him on the shitter at first. He's doing it all carefully, but then the camera pans on. He's all. Holy shit! Sorry, my back's on fucking fire. We gotta head over to Rich's here in a second, but goddamn those bastards.
Yeah. So, anyways, fucking yeah, I don't know where we were with that, but oh fuck. All right. Anything else, man?
Let's see. There's always a bunch of shit I remember after we wrap.
Yeah.
No. I guess just can we talk about the mellow?
Yeah.
by design shit, or-
Make sure we did, but make sure you go check out mellowbydesign.com. Check out all their CBD products. I recommend their sleeping tincture. Best night's sleep you'll get. Go ahead and try it. And
McClay puts it in his ass.
why you gotta fucking tell me, bro? God, man. Also check out, they have salve that you can rub on, like
His
an
ass.
ointment. Fucking Mellow's like watching this going, motherfuckers. So yeah,
Should
check
get a
out
commercial of you putting it in your ass.
with a golden age comic book.
Grading it.
Yeah, grading it. So check out mellowbydesign.com for all their organic, all natural CBD product, and check out patreon.com/thebogcast.
Word. And we got 6 more episodes till episode 100.
Crazy.
Haven't drank all year. I'm gonna get fucked up. So yeah.
Dope.
That is a wrap on episode 94 of the Bogcast with Bog and Mac.
Bang!